Hey, welcome to the Meltran Designs podcast. I'm getting situated as I sit here. Hello. Today is August 28th. It's a Wednesday and it's 2013. This is episode 34. Welcome if you're a new viewer. Thank you for trying me out. Welcome back if you have watched before, and I hope you enjoy our time together. Grab some knitting or your wheel or whatever it is you're working on, and let's get going. I don't have a ton, a ton of time today. Jake and I are going to meet for lunch, so I'm on a bit of a schedule. Let me see if I can. There we go. All right. This episode is going to be titled Announcements. I have two of them. They'll come. They're in the order. So let's see. On Plurk and Instagram, I am Meltran Designs, and on Ravelry, I am Anansi. So, anyways, please come join the Ravelry group if you are so inclined. I post all of the episodes there, as well as on my website, meltrandesigns.com. And in the group, I also post new pattern designs and things like that. So. Anyway, I'm sitting on the floor today. That's why I'm a little lower. And when I angled the camera down, it kind of skewed it. So you're just going to kind of see me from here up today. All right, happenings this week. Anansi's birthday was on Sunday. She turned 10, and we didn't really do a lot that day. Her birthday party is coming up on Saturday, and I reserved one of the picnic shelters at the park, so we will be doing that. And then the first BSU game of the season is Saturday night. Yay! Expect to see a lot of orange and blue from now until like December. Just saying. There's your fair warning. Let's see. Did anything else happen this week? I made a lot of cookies. I made a batch for Anansi to take to school, and we didn't really get a lot. We got some, but she took most of them. So then I made another batch. They were, the ones I made for her class were chocolate chip, but I did half chocolate chips, half butterscotch chips. And then when I went to make them again, I forgot that we had run out of the chocolate chips. So I did half butterscotch chips, half peanut butter chips, which was amazingly good. And so then today, Jake, if you'll remember, was out of town last week, and he loves peanut butter M&Ms, and for his trip he had bought one of the big bags of them, and there was still some left. He brought them home, and Eli happened to see on the back that there was a recipe for brownies. So today he and I made the peanut butter M&M brownies, and we added a secret ingredient: peanut butter chips. Yeah, they're really good. I had one to make sure they turned out. The middle was still a little gooey, so I stuck them back in the, just not too bad, but a little bit gooier than you want, even for gooey brownies. So what I did was I turned the oven back on, let it preheat, put the brownies in, and turned it off. So the oven will cool down, but still just finish cooking the middle. Anyway, so there's peanut butter M&Ms, which are big, and peanut butter chips mixed in, and it's a from scratch recipe, and it's really good. I was very, not surprised because I figured it'd be good, but pleasantly happy with the results. So anyways, if you want the recipe, go buy a big bag, and it's right on the back. It's like Ms. Green's brownies or peanut butter brownies or something like that, because it's the green M&M lady. Anyway, all right, let me see what else. That's all for happenings this week. Sorry, I'm going to be adjusting. When I sit on the floor, I have to adjust so my legs don't fall asleep. So if I'm moving around a lot, just try not to get motion sick. Okay, going on / coming up. Are you ready for some announcements? You should be, because here they come. Not quite yet, but in this segment, this many announcements. Okay, first of all, we have the Even Star Knit Along still going on. To be honest, I haven't touched mine. I've touched the bag it's in because I found a basket when I was cleaning last week, and it's the perfect basket to have next to where I sit on the couch so my nest doesn't go like this. I can just put everything right in that basket, and I have it right there, and when I need it. Anyway, I have not worked on it. I've set a goal for myself that I want it to be finished by my birthday in April. We'll see. We shall see. I should count how many rows there are total and then figure out how many I need to do per day to be done. That's a good idea. I'm going to write myself a note. Rows per day, even star. All right. Moving along. Next, we have a hand-spun knit-along also going on right now. That goes from August 1st through September 30th. Any hand-spun that you have, whether you spun it or not, knit with it. Even if you got 20 yards, that's enough to make something small. It's very rewarding, especially if it's your first or, you know, anything like that. I love knitting with hand-spun. It's just such a great thing. And it's around there. All that is my hand-spun. So anyway, yes, so please join in that. We do have 2 prizes. I thought they were sitting here and they're not. Go back to last week's episode or the week before. I don't know. I know I've shown them a few times. And I think last week I might have said, hey, go back to last week. They're shown. It's a skein of yarn and a braid of fiber. So anyways, if you enter a finished object for that, there will be a drawing. If there are enough people, then I will add the bag that Absolute Wonder donated. Otherwise, I'm going to save that for a different knit-along. So anyways, please come join. Check out the thread. A few people have already posted their FOs, and they're really cool. So anyway, all right. Moving on. September, I am going to be participating in a knit-along called The Knitting Game. It's one that they have done before. I think they said in 2011 is when they did it. This is the same pattern done again. I talked about this, I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes ago, where you get a clue each week. But for each clue, you have 3 different options. So you could make hundreds and hundreds of shawls and not have them ever be the same. So anyways, I'm really looking forward to that, and I plan to use this yarn here. It's my Grinning Gargoyle Storm, the Seda Sock Merino Silk 50/50 that I got at the Zombie Knit Apocalypse. That's my plan. The thing with this pattern is that there's a shawl version and there's a stole version. And if you'll remember, I got the mink when I was there, which is this color. And I don't have as much as it calls for, but it also ends up being like 6.5 feet long or something like that. And I'm a really short person, so I would be fine having it shorter. I actually asked the designer, and she said that we could probably figure out a way to make it work. So this is a possibility too that I might do instead. Or I might do them both. Why not? I can be an overachiever, right? So anyway, I'm not going to try and put that up there right now. So that's coming up in September. October. Announcement 1. I am going to be releasing my very first mystery knit-along. Yay! It is in conjunction with the start of the Sock-er knit-along that Wolf Farms is going to be putting on from October through December. All of those months end in so they decided to do Sock-er knit-along. And I thought it would be fun to design a sock to have as a mystery knit-along. And I've already talked to Dawn about it. She said that she's on board. She's not going to talk about it for a couple, 3 more weeks because they're dealing with the stuff with their dog Fuji and things like that. And I told her, I said just wait to talk about it because there's still an entire month to go through before October comes. So anyways, I'm still working, like I have the pattern written. I'm still knitting the first sock. And it will be just like any other mystery knit along where it comes out in sections. And the only thing I will tell you about it is that you will have 2 heel options. One that's a regular heel, well, and I'll tell you the construction. It's top down, kind of standard top down construction. You will have a regular heel option, and then you will have more of a decorative heel option. No lace. I do not believe in lace on your heels, but just a little more decorative, so that if you have like a pair of clogs or something like that where your heel can show and won't be like rubbing on the back of a shoe, you'll have that option in there. That's all I'm gonna say. I will show you. Well, I'll show you the yarn I'm using in my works in progress. I did show you the yarn last week as well, but anyway, so that will be in October. I'm going to be putting up the introduction / welcome letter with in the next couple weeks. I'm not in a big hurry to get it up because it doesn't start until October, but I want to have at least a pattern page and an introductory page available, so that if you want to purchase it ahead of time, then you can. I am thinking that up until October 1st, and probably through the day of October 1st, the pattern's going to be $4 instead of $5, because you're getting in on it early. And then I will take it off of Ravelry as far as availability until the knit along is over, which will be at the end of October, and then it will go back on Ravelry, and at that point it will be $5. So anyways, there's kind of the specifics on that as far as that goes. So look for that coming soon, and I'll talk about it in the podcast. Moving along, in October I also have a spinning retreat that I'm going to go to, that Judith McKenzie is going to be the instructor at, that I've talked about in the past. And November, December, we are going to do, we're going to do a finished object along. It doesn't have to be knitting or crocheting or spinning. It can be sewing or scrapbooking or, sorry, I'm going to lean forward. My knee's feeling weird. Anyway, I'm all over the place, literally. Yeah, anything that you finish that you are making as a gift. It can't be, hey, I finished my shopping. I mean, yay, but that's not part of it. If you are making anything by hand, then you can enter it in. I don't know if there will be prizes. The bag from Absolute Wonder could be a prize, and I don't know, maybe a couple patterns. I think I said that last week. Anyways, we'll figure that out as time gets closer, but I want everybody to finish their Christmas stuff and show it off. I mean, why not, We can get inspiration from each other, and we can show each other what we're doing, and I think it would be a lot of fun. So anyway, there's that. In November, announcement 2. I got into Knitting in the Mitten. Yay! I have been on the wait list for months. And when I first got on it, it was so long. And I was just like, ugh, I'm never going to get in, but I'm going to put my name on it just in case. And I moved up a little and then just stayed there. And I hadn't really checked it. Kagi had posted about a month ago that said, hey, I'm looking into maybe some alternate housing that's close by. And then posted again and said, are you still interested? I've had some shuffling around. And then on Friday, I got a message on Ravelry that said, I've had a cancellation. You're in if you want the space. And I said, can I have the weekend to think on it? And she was like, sure. So I talked to Jake, and I said, I know it's coming up soon, but I think I can come up with the money for it. Because the retreat itself is not expensive at all. And the retreat itself, I already had the money for. So it was mainly just getting the plane ticket. And I've been looking into that. The price isn't horrible. I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. It's flying from Idaho to Michigan, but either way, it's an awesome opportunity to go meet some amazing people. And I've been texting with Katie, JetGirl1313. I was like, "Are you still going? Because I got in." And then just today, I made the decision. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna go." Like, boom. So I messaged Coggy back. I said, "I'm in," and she said, "All right, here's my PayPal address, blah blah blah," and I paid. So then I texted Katie. I was like, "I just paid. I'm in." So I'm really excited to get to meet her, obviously, in person. And there are some other people who I've talked to quite a bit. One of them, who you will see yarn a little bit later from, that I get to meet in person, and I'm just so excited. I can't wait. So anyways, that will be in November. That's all I have for going on / coming up. Big, right? So excited. Okay, let's move on to some actual knitting content. My clock is right over there. That's why I keep looking. I guess I could put my mouse right here underneath so I can just look down at the bottom of my computer screen. All right, works in progress. The mystery sock. I can't show that to you, but I can show you the yarn. This is Caribbean Sea by Daisy Knits, Jennifer. She's awesome. Daizie. I've talked about her in the past. She's on Etsy. And this is a little, I don't know, a little something-er than it's showing up that I can see on this screen. Yeah, I see it gets more blue as I go closer. I don't know. It's more, no, I don't want to say green, more turquoise-ish. I don't know, it looks like the Caribbean. I'm not going to show you obviously the pattern itself, but I'll show you what it looks like knit up. It's beautiful. The stitch definition is great. This is her BFL nylon blend, and it's gorgeous, so go check it out. I'm knitting that on size 1s, 2.25 millimeter. Yeah. Second thing, okay, so that's really all I'm working on right now. I've had kind of a FO Palooza this week, and that's what I'm focusing on. I do have my 2 crochet projects that will be worked on, hopefully, this next week, so I can finish the shawl. I've hit the halfway point, and I'm going smaller on, and the bag, the test knit along, I haven't even touched it, or the test knit along, it's crochet, test along. I will be picking that up for sure. Maybe I'll take that to knit night tomorrow night or something. Anyways, it'll be picked up because I need to. And that's all that is being worked on or will be worked on in the next week, I'm sure. Sorry, I had a thought, but I'll talk about that in designing. Back to where we are now. FOs. Anansi's sweater and her monster are done. They're not here because, well, the sweater, what I ended up making for her out of that pink yarn, I ended up pulling out the Tink Tank that I was making. I could not get the right stitch count on the first strap side. Like, it didn't matter what I did, I could not get the right stitch count. And I was crunched on time, and so I just decided to pull it out and make a sweater out of the top-down, the Knitter's Handybook of top-down sweaters. I knew her chest size, and I knit her up a sweater. It's super cute. It's in my project pages. I called it Impromptu Birthday Sweater. She won't take it off. So it is at school with her. She wears it all the time, which is good. I mean, hey, it means, you know, I did a good job, but I don't have it here to show you. And her monster stays in her backpack because he ended up about this big. And he's so cute and little, and that's in my project pages as well. I would say that I'm going to add pictures. I'm not going to commit to that. I probably will, but anyways. So those 2 things are done. The baby sweater that I have been working on is finished. It has sleeves. Here's the back. There's just a little bit of cabling. Nothing fancy, just a little bit of you know, something, something. The sleeves I did in stockinette because the cabling was getting all weird and wonky, and I was like, you know what? No, let's just make plain sleeves. So anyways, the front has these 4 ties, and what I did, like the pattern suggested, was these 2 ties are actually all the way in on the inside, and these 2 ties are on the outside here, so that way when you tie it together it actually crosses it over. Let me see if I can tie those really quick. I mean, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, but it looks cute tied too. The yarn really, really relaxed when I soaked it. And so I don't know how newborn size this is anymore. I got gauge. I followed that pattern so closely with the exception of throwing in the cables. I followed it to the letter of, exact. And so here's the front. You can see that it makes it close that way. I am so in love with this cute little sweater. I love the yarn. I will definitely be buying this again. This is the SMC Extra Soft Merino Colors. And it's a superwash merino. So there that is. And it's okay if it's not newborn, because babies can wear sweaters most of the year, like, you know, little babies, because they get cold so easily. So anyways, I love it. And it's the easy, what's it called? Easy baby sweater or something like that. It's a Knitting Pure and Simple. It's free. I do have it in my Ravelry project page as well. I'm getting really good about this project page thing. So, okay, moving on. I had enough yarn left over when I was finished with the sweater that I decided to make some matching booties. So I went on Ravelry because I did not have a DK weight booty pattern. In fact, I don't know that I have any weight booty pattern. I don't think I've ever even made booties. Yeah, I don't think I've ever made booties. Well, now I can add that to things I've made. So I found this pattern and loved it, and there were some free ones, but this one was only $3.50, and it was just so dang cute. There's hairs on it because I just set it on the floor. I didn't match up the color striping, you know, whatever. The construction is really neat. Here's what it looks like unfolded. You knit this just back and forth, and then you pick up here, and the whole thing is back and forth, and then you end up making this thing that looks like a blob, and then when you get done, you either stitch it closed or you do a 3-needle bind off on the bottom here, and then and that goes all the way to here, and then you sew up the back this far. But you know, that's just a few inches, like 4 inches, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So sewing 4 inches of a seam was not hard. I literally whipped these up yesterday in a day. So and I kind of want some for myself. I love this cuff anyway, and this one ended up more purple and on the cuff. So anyways, it was a great pattern. I did find a mistake in it that I have messaged the designer about. If you end up buying it, PM me and I'll tell you what it is. And it comes in 3 sizes. It has like a newborn, 3, and 6-month size as well. So anyway, I will definitely be making these again for gifts. I love them. So here's the little set. So there's that. That's all my FOs. I gotta hurry. No spinning. It'll happen. I think I found a spinning chair. I went into an antique shop, and I think I found one that is just my size, because antique people, okay, people from back then were short like me, and so their chairs were short like me. And I asked the lady if she cared if I brought my wheel in, and she's like, no, that's totally fine. And the chair's like $24. And they have homemade fudge. How can you go wrong? A spinning chair and homemade fudge all in the same place, right? Awesome, huh? So anyways, no spinning. Moving forward, designing mystery socks, obviously. Secondly, I have a shawl idea in my head. that is going to be just a really basic, works with any type of yarn as far as, you know, variegated, blah, 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 variegated, solid, semi-solid, gradient, you know, whatever. It's up here. It will be on paper soon because one of my acquisitions, when I said last week I didn't have acquisitions, I totally lied to you guys, but it wasn't on purpose. This yarn had been sitting for a couple of days, and I just totally forgot about it. So, or at least, oh, see, now I'm thinking I might have shown it before that. No, okay, well, I'm going to show it because in my head I didn't show it to you guys last week. This is some Fiber Addiction yarn. Oh, that's showing up beautifully. Oh, I love the colors because it has this kind of gold yellow and a brighter yellow, and then it has teal and gray. And I posted on Plork, I said, because, well, I didn't know what the skein was going to look like. Emily from Fiber Addiction wanted a few people to send skeins to who would knit something up to get more projects listed with her yarn on Ravelry. So I was like, yeah, I'll take yarn, please. So I didn't know what the skein, what color it was going to be when it came. And when I pulled it out, I was like, I've been on a yellow kick lately, and I love teal and gray, and they're put together. So here's what it looks like, and I want to use this for that shawl, and I want to finish it by the time I go to Knitting in the Mitten because she's going to be there, and I think it'd be fun for her to see it in person. So anyway, acquisition / designing. And full on into acquisitions, I did get a club shipment from Nurturing Fibers. That's the international club that I'm in out of South Africa that is for only non-South African people. So that's why it's international customers to her. And this is her, okay, I want to make sure I read it right. Oh, it doesn't, this is just her sock base. 100% superwash merino. It says it's 100 grams. I don't think it actually is. Let me weigh it here, because the last one that she sent was actually 150 grams. Oops. Nope. I turned it off instead of changing the unit. Hold on. So let's see if this one is, yeah, 146 grams. So it's called, this colorway is called the Owl House. And there's kind of a raspberry red and a magenta and a beautiful orange. Oh yeah, that's showing up really well. Well, for what red and orange can do. It's not quite that purple. It really is red and orange, which I love red and orange. Oh, see, that's showing up better. Yeah, like that. So the Owl House, look it up. It's this really cool place where an eclectic woman I think it was a woman, did a lot of decorating with, she kind of went crazy with the decorating. So it's a neat story behind it, but I don't remember it exactly, and I don't want to butcher it. So if you want to look it up, just look up the Owl House in South Africa. So, but anyways, 100 grams is 480 meters, and I have 150, so we're looking at, what, another half of 480, which would be 240, so we're looking at 700, wow, no, really? Is that right? 4, 5, 6, yeah. It's a lot of yardage. So, anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We'll see. So, anyways, that is all I have for you. Hey, I kept it right at about 30 minutes. I will try to put those pictures in because I'm not going to edit and all that stuff right now anyway. I'm just going to click end on here and head over to lunch, and then I'll do all that later. But anyways, I hope you have a great week. Please check out the knit-alongs and the group and things like that. And yeah, until next time, keep knitting. Bye!